So the YouTube fuckwit who staged a plane crash is facing 20 years in jail.
Okay, why would what? I've not even heard of this one. Why the hell would you stage a plane crash? What?
Well, you take a perfectly good plane, then you jump out of it.
That's not staging a plane crash. That's just crashing a plane.
That should be classified as terrorism.
Potentially, yes. Especially since he crashed into a national park.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, man. All right,
That's
Trevor
fucking...
Jacob.
No, he deserves 20 years. Fuck
So,
that guy.
No, he deserves to be taken up in a plane and thrown out.
Yes. So
That's too quick for him.
20 years away from the planet Earth and then thrown towards the planet Earth. I mean, I know he'll be in space, but it'll take him 20 years to get back.
it would just launch him into the sun and be done with it.
Violence. He was trying to pay homage to Sky King. Oh, that's a throwback reference.
But yes, it's not surprising that everyone's like, there's something odd here when the guy had a engine failure and had to bail out, and then while he was lost and suffering from dehydration in the woods, he had enough time to walk to the plane, get his cameras before trying to find safety.
Ugh.
Also, he had seven cameras, including a handheld GoPro on a stick that he took with him when he jumped out of the plane.
I'm going to commit a crime, and I'm going to document every aspect of the crime just to make sure.
And I'm going to be really, really surprised when the FAA is like, we're suspending your pilot's license while we investigate whether we're going to actually put you in prison for 20 years.
Yeah, surprised Pikachu face. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Oh,
Influencer ISIS.
There we go.
That little he destroyed
a fatal swelling of the head.
Piper.
Yep.
That fucking asshole.
It was like 40 or 50 years old too.
Yeah, and it's like Piper Cubs are really interesting little aircraft because most of them you still have to hand start.
Yep. It was really interesting as well because it was so old and had been through so many hands that the FAA just interviewed all the previous pilots. And they're like, you ever have any problems with the engine? Nah, mate. She was great.
Yeah. It's like, hey, yeah, it's like the annual inspection was, I don't know, usually pretty good on these things.
Yeah, they interviewed the mechanic and everything, I believe.
Yeah. No, I in a previous life, I was training to become a airline pilot. And, yeah, so I've had private pilot's license experience in flying and stuff like that. And it's like, to have an engine failure in small aircraft especially, you have to be shit maintenance, you have to be skipping your annual inspections, and basically you just have to be a complete piece of shit to have them with the failure that he's talking about. Yes.
Well, so, to read the article from Al Jazeera, because apparently the best news about the West is from the Muslims. That's not even hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Yeah. Shut up, bro.
Fucking bloody Australians.
Shut up, Australian. Anyway, so an astounding piece of shit who bailed out mid-air and deliberately sent his plane crashing into the ground to bolster viewing numbers on his channel could be jailed for up to 20 years. Should be at least 20 years.
Is he going to stream from prison for 20 years, you think?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's only on his OnlyFans where it's like, oh, well, I've got my soap dropping video.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case.
All of his videos will be soap dropping videos.
So, in a video seen by nearly 3 million suckers titled, I committed a felony and filmed it, the useless sack of crap appears to experience engine trouble while flying over Southern California. Fuck California.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck the cities.
You should have tried it over.
Some nice scenery.
I crashed my airplane.
Yeah.
That's the name of the video.
Yes, I just said that. Well done.
Yes, I know you did, but I'm just my brain couldn't really believe that, but it's actually that stupid. This guy makes me look like a fucking genius.
Yes. Anyway.
And I'm fucking stupid.
Violence is saying they should put prison security cameras feed on OnlyFans, and that would fund the whole prison.
Holy shit, it would.
Pay-per-view in the holding cell.
Today, Big Tyrone meets Nazi Nick in the shower.
I think that's more of a world star hip hop thing than an OnlyFans thing, to be honest.
I mean, it wouldn't have been hard for him to get a pilot to come in and him just jump out of the plane and have the pilot land it safely. So this intentional recklessness. I mean, what if it fucking killed someone? What if it just happened to just get the one person in the national park?
He doesn't give a fuck. He's a useless scum-sucking piece of shit.
I want to get famous. I don't care who I hurt.
Look at me, guys. I'm doing it for the clicks. I'm so hip.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's certainly infamous now.
Yeah, to be fair,
What?
idea that someone else could be.
Adam, I think you need to turn your camera
Which
feed
means,
off.
you
We're
know-
getting no fucking
Oh, good God.
streaming
You're
through.
just sort of reporting every now and
It's
again.
like you're having massive trim hemorrhages in the middle of your conversation.
Sorry.
No,
Hemorrhages.
it's not you, Trim. It's Arden.
Is this any better, or should I restart my?
Yeah,
computer?
That's a lot better.
Oh, that's
Okay.
much
So
better.
saying your computer's not going to fucking help. It's your internet. Go shoot the moose that's
No.
chewing on the cable.
It's probably a whale. It's probably Gorlock the Destroyer, to be fair.
Anyway.
Oh God, that creature.
Yeah. So
There you go,
What were
Trim.
you saying,
There's
Arden?
What's that?
What were you saying?
nothing at all, apparently.
Yeah, no, to be
Yeah.
fair, the guy, the idea that someone else could be hurt probably never.
Still
For
robotic.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna restart and I'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, so the dramatic footage shows sack of crap ejecting from the single-engine plane, selfie stick in hand, and parachute.
Okay, I object to him being referring to ejecting, because one, you have to physically open the door, which takes a lot of effort.
Yes,
Plus,
because
get over.
wind
You
pressure.
can see, the struts. He's got to climb over that, and it's like, yeah, no, this is not ejecting. This is bailing out.
Yeah. It should be dropped on
And,
his head.
there are reasons occasionally to bail out, as Tristan Armstrong is saying to Bleach in the Rumble chat.
Yes,
Oh, heck.
those reasons are not my propeller stopped turning when I'm that far above the fucking ground.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, JFK Jr. probably got what he deserved according to the Clintons. Just saying.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How does that?
And again, dude, I have been around aviation since I was 8 years old. I know things that probably would make people's hair stand on end. But my point is, this chuckle fuck is absolutely responsible for doing this, because
Oh yeah.
especially if I haven't wanted to watch the video of this, because I know exactly what happened. He cut the engine. He probably leaned out the mixture so much that it probably burned a piston if he did it too quickly. And there was and he made no effort to restart the damn thing.
It seems.
What I really hate.
It seems like he
he's-
literally just turned the fuel off.
What
Yeah,
I really
well,
hate is he named it airplane, not aeroplane. That drives me nuts.
It flies in the.
Welcome to American English,
It
Chris.
flies in the air,
Fucking
not the
wank.
aero. Fuck's sake! Goddamn Brit.
And it's not a French aircraft. Chris.
Anyway, so cameras conveniently placed all over the aircraft show its out of control descent into the forest and its eventual crash. The useless scum-sucking waste of animal turds then filmed himself hiking to the wreckage, where he appears dismayed to discover the water he packed has disappeared.
The dislike ratio on the video is pretty bad, actually. Not really
Good.
surprising.
It should be. It should be on YouTube anymore. What the fuck are they playing at? Since when was it in line with YouTube's policies to film yourself committing a fucking crime and then profit off of it?
Yeah.
FAA should seize all the proceeds of this fucking video.
Oh, and they should. This is one of the rare cases where it's like they should seize all the proceeds. They should seize his assets, especially the aviation insurance, because that shit's not cheap.
Yeah, the video
and give
literally
that to the national park for restoration.
Yeah, Park Service should
should
sue him. This asshole should be absolutely fucking hammered into the ground.
This video actually cuts out any part where it shows what he's done with the engine, because in 1 minute the propeller's working fine. It looks like it stalls temporarily and then carries on, and then immediately it cuts to another scene where the propeller's not moving at all.
Yes, also
and he's just leaning out.
Also,
he literally leans out and rolls out the side.
Yeah. Also, you'll notice how, for some reason, after the plane stalls, you never again see from the camera that was over his right shoulder.
No, you don't.
And I'll point another thing out. I have never known a private pilot that isn't, basically someone who's super paranoid with a parachute in any light aircraft of this style.
Also, it's a sporting parachute. It's not an emergency chute.
Yeah.
Wasn't he wearing it at the beginning? He was already wearing it when he was in the plane.
Yeah, he was wearing it the whole time.
It was blatantly obvious that what his intention was.
Yeah.
And
that's going to be something the
worse.
FAA will be looking into as well. They'll be interviewing anyone who's ever seen him get into that plane going, does he normally wear a chute? No, really? How interesting.
Now, what would have been cool is if he'd managed to parachute his way back to the plane, got inside it again, started the engine and carried on flying it. Then I'd have been like, okay, cool video. Irresponsible,
Yeah.
but cool.
So,
well, if he'd opened the chute, it would have the plane would have been like, yeah, fuck you, I'm going at 120 miles an hour.
So the dickhead makes his way back to the plane to get his water and his cameras, but we'll ignore that part. Honest, Governor. So he goes back and gets his cameras. Then he films himself bushwhacking, seemingly struggling towards civilization, giving regular updates about how thirsty he is. That's right, I'm really, really thirsty, so I'm going to keep talking. And how lost he feels.
He's thirsty, all right. Thirsty for views.
Yep. Finally, he stops to scoop water from a stream, and moments later comes across a vehicle and apparent salvation as night falls.
I hope he gets some parasite from the water.
Yep. So, in the weeks after the incident, investigators from the National Transportation Safety Bureau and the Federal Aviation Administration launched a probe into the crash, and he was ordered to preserve the wreckage. Which is interesting, because he'd already had it helicoptered out.
He won't get a parasite, because he is
a
parasite.
And then cut up the plane into small pieces and dump the parts in rubbish bins in and around the airport.
Yeah, see that
he dismembered the body and dumped it into a bunch of different dumpsters.
Oh yeah, because I was around an FAA investigation for a transponder that got corrupted and accidentally went off, and it was like the first thing this little airport did was, once they got a call from the FAA, it's like, yeah, hey, we've got this tail number. They're like, oh well, it's in the hangar, and nobody was allowed on the tarmac until the FAA rep and the plane owner got there, and they're like, oh well, it was a malfunctioning battery. Well, we could still fine you, but because it was an accident, we get it, and things were handled properly. It was shut down immediately, and I was like, oh, yeah, they have the legal ability to do that because it's a federal license to fly in the United States.
Yes. So this useless sack of shit told officials that he did not know how the plane had gone down. Yeah, he didn't know how it had gone down, but rather than letting the FAA investigate, he cut the plane up and dumped it. So then the FAA yanked his pilot's license. In a plea agreement, the useless scum-sucking piece of garbage admitted they intended to obstruct federal authorities when disposed of the wreckage and create the video to make money through sponsorship with a wallet company. The complete waste of oxygen. Further admitted he lied to federal investigators and submitted an aircraft accident incident report that falsely indicated that the aircraft experienced a full loss of power approximately 35 minutes after takeoff. The fetid animal droppings also lied to an FAA aviation safety inspector when he said the airplane's engine had quit, and because he could not identify any safe landing options, he had parachuted out of the plane. He has agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of distraction and concealment with the intent to obstruct a federal investigation. Shouldn't have accepted the plea deal.
I think there's a further crime of destruction of public property
Yes.
when it comes to crashing a plane into the forest.
Yeah. Fuck. As much as I hate the EPA, get them in here too.
Yeah.
Let the EPA smack him with the long, flaccid dick of the government. What? But what?
I mean, this guy, he needs to be an example.
Yes.
Yeah.
He absolutely needs to be fucking hung by his feet, tarred and feathered, and then potentially ejected from a plane.
Without actually, he should be parachuted into Gen Pop
Yes.
Ooh.
naked
Yes. And
covered
afraid.
in honey.
Or we tie him to a tree and crash a plane into him.
No, I want him to suffer from his indiscretions.
He should spend a long fucking time in prison. What a useless piece of shit. Absolute
Did you know you can
fucking
get revolver
scumbag.
shotguns?
Yes.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
They'd be illegal in the UK. It sucks. I really want one though.
Yeah, it's
Gun
ridiculous,
laws
isn't
in
it?
the rules on guns in the UK are as bad as the ones in Norway.
If you have a semi-automatic shotgun in the UK, you can only be able to hold up to 3 cartridges.
So dumb. So dumb.
You better get good at speed reloading then.
Well, this is why you get a shotgun that has a simple slide similar to an underlever.
Oh dear. So
This is just so stupidly reckless. It pisses me off, especially that there's one less Piper Cub in the world.
yes. What a scumbag.
They're not made anymore, are they? As far as I know.
No, they haven't been made in like 40 years.
They should be. They're a nice, they're a nifty little plane.
And what? And maybe they are. I'm gonna go double check, but I'm pretty sure that because you had there's like the Super Cub and a few other variants, but it's such a cool little plane. It's such an accessible aircraft for people too. So the J3 was built between 1938 and 1947. So it's been what 80 some years now, just about.
Yep.
Yeah. Not only is this a crime against aviation, it's a crime against history.
Indeed.
So it might have been maybe the cowling's open. I can see the engine, so that means it's got to be because they started putting cowlings on the Cub specials and after that. So this is just a standard Piper J3.
Mm-hmm. If you enjoyed this clip from the Sounds of Chardonnay podcast, please consider joining us live at 2 p.m. London time every Saturday.